Because, like, bro, if you try to play a game and everybody else is botting and selling and buying gold, nothing that you do in the game matters, because you're never going to outfarm a bot. You're never going to outfarm a fucking RMTer. It's the reason why pay-to-win games suck.
So I've been lucky enough to interview one of the biggest gold selling and boosting websites on the market right now.
See, this is why that dude didn't want to leave whenever his wife had to go to the hospital with, like, their kid, is because, you see this? Bro, this is big money.
Overgear. I think we've always wondered just how big the RMT world is, like, just how much are these guys making? The industry combined is
like
making hundreds of millions of dollars
probably for, like, every game, yeah.
month. And that is straight out of the mouth.
I would say, like, not 100 mil out of just, like, hundreds of millions off of just World of Warcraft. I don't believe that.
Of a gold-selling website. To put this in perspective, guess how much money World of Warcraft exclusively made for Activision Blizzard in the first quarter of 2023? Well, it's $172 million. The RMT world is easily 5 times as big as that.
Well, that's probably, like, for all RMT in general. Also, like, I would never trust a website that operates in, like, a shady space to be accurate about what they say, because, like, they're doing shady stuff, right? And also, like, it makes them, you got to keep in mind, like, it makes them more money if people think that they are making more sales, because it means that they are more credible. So
Industry is bigger than entire game development and publishing companies. It's bigger than CD Projekt Red, bigger than Bethesda, bigger than BioWare. They're even bigger than Greggs. For the NA brains out there, Greggs is the biggest bakery takeaway brand in the UK. Actually, that's totally...
The average nacho lunch? Nacho chili cheese? That looks fucking disgusting. Who the fuck wants to get that? No wonder they're getting beat out by gold sellers. Just make a fucking cupcake.
Correct. At this point, it's probably a religion. Like, we really love a Greggs over here. You can even buy their uniform in clothing shops.
What?
I just find it crazy how the RMT underworld is making more revenue than big brand companies.
Yeah,
Overgear themselves, on average, get 9 million gold per day. And that's just on Reflection Class themselves, on average, get revenue than big brand companies. Overgear themselves, on average, get 9 million gold per day. And that's just on Reflection Classic on US realms. So really, it's no surprise, as that's just one company selling one product. They also do boosts and raid loot runs. In fact, Mongoose, a marketing staff member at Overgear who agreed to do the interview with me, has full out come correct and revealed everything there is to know about how this company set itself up and functions daily. From how many know about how this company set itself up and functions daily.
Today we have 170. I'm gonna just change that. People don't get a headache looking at it. Today we have 170 employees on staff. More than 3,000 boosters and teams, including guilds from world first races. Wow, I would have never expected that. And top 10 PvP players. What?
From how many staff members they have to all of their security measures. So without further ado,
that's smart. It's smart for them to get the Black Lotus underneath, so that way, you know.
Time to take a deeper insight into the inner workings of a gold-selling website.
Oh, that's good. I like this intro. More people on them than devs working on Blizzard games? Yeah.
As I said in my previous video, they would not speak to me, but they did write down answers to my questions. Luckily, Cheddar is returning with her lovely voice to voice act for us. She streams Reflection Classic on Twitch very regularly. I'll leave that linked in the description. Now, there are many aspects to Overgear. This is a full, legit company with and even a health insurance program for staff members.
That's nuts. Holy shit.
Today, we have 170 employees on staff, including development and testing, customer care, operations and sales, and marketing teams. More than 3,000 boosters and teams, including Guild from World First Races and some of the top PvP players in the world.
Most of their staff members work remotely in 15 countries around the world.
Jesus.
They also have offices in...
It's crazy how Blizzard just lets this happen. Isn't that funny how they just like... What are they doing?
Business centres, thanks to a British investment
How can they
fund.
fight it?
He goes on to talk about...
I mean, how can they fight it? Just look at who's doing it. Like, you really think you can't figure out... You really think you can't figure this shit out? This is the same Blizzard? Well, we can't have stash tabs because everybody loads everybody's stash? No, it's because they can't figure their own shit out.
How there's free cookies,
No
coffee,
excuse.
pizza on Fridays, corporate events, along with courses and training paid for by the company.
Yeah, I bet.
He also mentioned that there's
Typical EU
a
company.
masseuse for some reason. Apparently, if
There's a
you're having a
masseuse?
stressful week of selling World of Warcraft gold, you can go and get a professional massage. As you
That's
can see,
nice.
this is a fully legit company.
I should probably go work
making
there.
profit, paying staff, paying their taxes, and this is fully legal. And this is what I find crazy about it. How can a company make this much money, set up this much infrastructure, by essentially exploiting the virtual world that a game developer has created? I know it's a made-up world, but they are making profit by nefariously capitalizing on a different company's product. And in
Well, they're making profit off of it. I mean, I'm surprised that they're able to make money off of it too, right? Because like their entire business is built off of breaking the rules of the game and breaking the terms of service in the EULA. So I feel like at a certain point, like it's probably not good that people can make a company out of this.
process making that product work.
But the odds are, like, soon as it's a business pain in the ass, yeah, it's probably, the odds are Blizzard probably doesn't even give a fuck. Like, it's probably not even that. Maybe if they take him to court, they would get him. But I bet they're probably not even they're not even worried about that.
I know Blizzard make enough money as it is, but it should be illegal to make money by making another product worse.
Yeah.
And reducing another company's profits. Because let's be honest, how many people are just totally done with World of Warcraft because of all the bots and people selling gold? By the way guys, these videos do genuinely take a good 50 to 100 hours to make, so I would really appreciate it if you did subscribe to the channel. The more that people do subscribe, the more that I can put more effort into making big videos like this, and I don't have to worry about the algorithm.
I feel like from now on, whenever I see a BWL run, I'm going to think about that guy. I am. I'm going to think about him from now on.
Rhythm demons. But anyway,
Maybe
let's
Blizzard's
move on.
behind the company.
I was also curious
Maybe.
about how a company like this sets themselves up.
For the first year of the company's life, we were just resellers. We bought from larger marketplaces
Yeah.
and sold on our own. We also developed our own marketplace so that other sellers, teams, and guilds, or even entire business teams, would start working on it.
So it started
Okay.
off by reselling other websites' gold, and then eventually progressed into doing everything themselves.
That's smart. That's what I would
including
do.
boosting services.
Yep.
Boosting will also get its own episode, as they've definitely given me enough information for me to do that. It's interesting how they have guilds who have won world first races as their clients, as people who actually
Well, of
work.
course they have the people that do that, because how the fuck do you think they're going to make any money? Like, why the fuck, why do we play stupid here? How the fuck do you think somebody gets the money to sit home all day and run Ulduar 9 times a day? How do you think somebody gets the time to do split raids and gear up 17 different characters? It's because they're making money off of the game. And they're either doing it through streaming or they're doing it through carries. And then they either do it for real money or they do it for gold and sell the gold for real money. Like, how is this a surprise to anybody? Blizzard can't check your finance, though? I didn't say they can check your finance, but let's be honest. Like, you know the people that are doing the carries. I bet they're probably not doing it on... They probably do it on their main accounts. Because Blizzard doesn't give a shit. I bet Blizzard's perspective is this, right? Blizzard probably think... Actually, you know what? Blizzard's perspective doesn't exist because they don't give a fuck. They're too busy worried about which fucking character they're going to turn into fruit. How they're going to make a new announcement about how they care about minorities and then get ratioed on Twitter because of the sexual harassment stuff that happened a few years ago. Like, that's what they're really doing. It's got nothing to fucking do with any of this stuff anyway. They're not even worried about it. They're not thinking about it. It's got nothing to do with it. But, like, yeah, I think that outside of maybe, like, the top 2 teams that compete for World First, because, like, maybe they can make enough money because they've got sponsors now and everything like that. But, like, outside of that, I bet probably all of them are doing carries for real money. I bet, like, there is no shot that somebody in the number 4 guild in the world right now, whatever that guild is, there is not somebody on that roster that is making money off of the game. For sure. And that's just the way it is. And I bet Blizzard, if you ask them, probably would not care. Because in their perspective, think about it like this. These people bring advertising to the game. Right? They bring advertising to the game. And Blizzard doesn't give a fuck. So what are they going to do? They going to ban them? No, they just let it happen. And I bet also a lot of the people that work on the Blizzard development team probably started as like Ian, for example. I'm not saying Ian did it, but I bet he knew people that did it. And so it's not even like it's a different thing. Like, they knew who these people are. Of course, that's the way it is. Maximum said before, it isn't that much. They're mostly doing it for the passion. Well, you're right. I mean, I'm sure it's not like these dudes are making 6 figures, but they're making enough money to not have to work and do full-time job in a lot of cases because of this. Like, you don't get to play a video game 100 hours a week and also have a full-time job. It's just not that many hours. Like, come on. It's just, and also, like, for all the people, even if you could do it, why would you? Why would you do it if you could just make money through the game? Like, what's the logic? It's not if they're doing something awful. Yeah, I mean, they're not like, it's not like they're selling fentanyl, right? They're not like killing people. It's not like they're assassins. They're just selling carries in a video game.
For them and do the boosts. If anyone has any information on the boosting side of the RMT world, please feel free to message me on Discord. My Discord is always in the description too, because that would be very useful. Now, Overgear claims they have a process to ensure that they don't use gold farmed from bots.
Why?
Firstly, they made the argument that it's actually less profitable to get gold from these kinds of sellers. They can actually...
So then, like, what's the logic there? Like, do they get gold from, like, hacked accounts? Like, I mean, how do you know it's from a bot? Like, that just sounds like bullshit. I don't know why you'd even say that.
Make more by reselling gold that average players give to them. They usually get the gold from farmers from less developed countries, where the individual seller...
Oh, that's actually true. Whenever I went and I was looking at the Botanica farms, 2 of the 3 people I messaged me back in, like, some Spanish or Portuguese or some shit. Because, like, down there in, like, South America, bro, like, those countries are fucked. Like, the economy there is not good. And they're on WoW trying to make money. The same shit is in New World. It is the same exact shit. What's the question marks? What are y'all question marking for? It's true. Like, it's true. I'm right. Yeah, do you think everyone in South America is in Venezuela? Nah, but I bet in a lot of the other countries in South America it's not that great either. Yeah, I'm right.
Happier with a cheaper sale, because in their country it'll be worth more money.
Bot software contains a lot of anti-detection and costs a lot of money. There are only 2 good software programs on the market right now that are available for purchase, and several teams and companies that have their own self-written products. The available programs can be purchased on the Darknet or from specialized sites. Darknet will come out cheaper, but you will still have to sell about $100,000 worth of gold before the investment pays off. Software implies that farming gold will go to several machines. At a minimum, it makes sense to use at least 5 to 10 accounts at a time.
Well, yeah, that's the thing is with WoW, like, because people still play it and they pay a lot of money for the gold. Like, this is like a best case scenario, right? Because it's a low computer, it's not very computer, like a RAM or processing intensive game. So you can run even more copies of it.
You can use farming in multiple accounts on one computer, but then it multiplies the hardware requirements. Amounts and setup of bot farms is comparable, but not identical, to the price tag of a mining farm setup.
You will still be surprised just how poor certain countries are in the world compared to the West. But as far as I can see, they really don't have a way to fully know the true source of the gold. Obviously, we now know that this gold is very likely from bot farmers and the GDKP scene.
As a rule, it is easier and often cheaper to buy gold from India or other regions where the wages are low. This type of
this is, bro, like, of course people in here trying to farm gold. I mean, I guarantee you, like, you live in one of these houses and you're not making a lot of money. I bet this sucks. I bet this straight up fucking sucks to live here. Of course they're doing it.
Business is practiced worldwide by utilizing cheap labor to produce, or in this case farm, the same product.
In the interview, they also stated how they don't sell botted gold, but also say they use their own bots to farm gold for their own internal needs. I guess that's to farm gold for game time for their seller accounts. I mean, make of that what you will. But the most striking thing that they said is they haven't been banned on a single account, a single seller account, for 2 years. And they've not had any gold refunded or frozen or anything like that.
That is sad. That is fucking sad. Now, do I believe them? Because think about it from their perspective. Why are they giving Metagoblin the interview? Because Metagoblin is using their name. And whenever he uses their name, some people that will watch this video will go to that website and buy gold with it. And if they say that they never get banned, that they never have gold taken back, that's going to make them appear more reputable and would make people more likely to do it. So keep in mind, it is in their best interest to say that, even if it is not true. And I am not going to expect a gold selling website to have a high degree of ethical consideration. So keep that in mind. They could still be telling the truth, but I don't know.
And they have hundreds of accounts on all the popular realms on retail and on classic. They actually use their own self-written VPN software with anti-detection protocols to avoid getting banned. They farm gold on their bot accounts by farming reagents, clearing dungeons and automated trade, but apparently don't sell that gold to people. That's just for their own needs. That's what they say anyway. I'm not 100% sure what they mean by automated trade, but I'm guessing it's selling items on the auction house. You know when you see these items for a really cheap bid price, but an obscene buyout price?
Yeah.
This is effectively on there to scam people, because people will, if they're not using an auction house add-on, accidentally buy these items. It actually happens.
Oh yeah, you have a lot of stupid people that love to scam themselves. Like, you give somebody a hammer, and if it's a WoW player, I'd say probably 3 out of 10 WoW players hit themselves in the head with a hammer. Well, why you tell me not to do that? What the hell you expect me to do with a hammer? You can't just give me this, and what the hell? You should have told me there's not an add-on to tell me not to do that. I don't have that weak core installed for my forehead.
The other week, I spent 9,000 gold on a crystallized air because for some reason my auction house add-on wasn't running. Now, another interesting topic is the WoW token. I asked how are things different on retail now that the WoW token has been in the game for years.
The price of a Blizzard token is a measure of the value of gold, and pricing is derived from it. The token that game users buy is converted by them into gold, which they use to get services provided for gold, whose performers then sell us that gold, and we in turn sell it to our customers, the circle is closed. With the introduction of the token, profits have not dropped.
I just find this hilarious. Profits have not dropped.
I bet there's probably less people buying gold, but I bet the people that are buying gold, actually maybe there are the same amount of people buying gold, but I bet that the token actually does cause people to buy less gold, but it's counteracted by the fact that everybody knows Blizzard won't ban you, so you might as well just buy gold anyway. Who gives a fuck? Because, like, I mean, I remember, dude, back in Mists of Pandaria, I was this close to downloading bot software and shit because, all my friends were botting. Everybody I knew was botting. I was the loser because I wasn't botting. You do an RBG? Do you have your Kickbot installed? Okay, good. Do you have, your DDoS installed? Yep, you do. Okay, all right. The flag carrier is going to go offline as soon as the gates open. I just got the call from my boy. Yeah, we're good, guys. Yeah, we got his IP. It's fine. Like, it's just the way that you would play the game back then was so fucking stupid. It was insane. So yeah, I remember one time, like me and Zach, I went up to his house. And we were gonna go to Jack in the Box, and he was in an RBG, and he gets the queue right whenever I walk into his grandma's house, and he's sitting there playing in the living room on this like fucking makeshift like piece of wood that he had his computer on, and I'm like, bro, you want to get some food? He says, yeah, let me just get the bot on, and we go, and he fucking fires up the bot for an RBG match. And we drive over to fucking Jack in a Box. Just ignore that shit. Like, everybody was botting back then. It was just like, it wasn't even like, because at that point, if everybody's botting, then is anybody botting? Right? Because how can you be cheating if everybody's cheating? It's like you just like, it's like you're like, I mean, really think about it. It's a normal thing, yeah.
That the WoW token is literally nothing. At this point, it's just a complete joke.
Yeah.
I actually asked Overgear how much money they make. They couldn't tell me exactly, but they confirmed that they are making...
Oh, see, he don't have the Legion client, because the Legion client added the belt and the boots, or the... was it Legion? Maybe BFA? See, he got the wrong client.
Tens of millions a month. And that's crazy,
Wait,
because
hold
they
up,
are
what?
essentially... I actually asked Overgear how much money they make. They couldn't tell me exactly, but they confirmed that they are making tens of millions a month. And that's crazy because
how much money are they making? 10 million a month? No, I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
Essentially a middleman between farmer and buyer, taking 20% commission. They also confirmed that hardcore servers will easily be profitable to gold farmers and sellers. In fact, right now there are bots on the hardcore PTR making profiles to ensure a very high...
Bro, like the PTR is for the bots. It's not for the players, it's for the bots. Like, okay, so we got to kill this kobold, then we kill the other kobold, and then we wait for the other kobold to respawn. We do that again. You're underestimating the gold selling market? Maybe I am, but I think making tens of millions, right? So tens, like, you say $10 million. How much gold is that if you're selling at 20% commission? Right? Like, I don't know.
Survival success rate while farming gold. In fact, there are people fly hacking all over the place.
It could also be in another currency. Like, say they're making 10 million to be like rupees or something like that. Yeah, maybe another currency.
In Classic Era right now, it's currently a very big problem. Or what they do is they go through walls, underneath dungeons, go to chests, quickly open a chest, reset the dungeon, and rinse and repeat. And as we know, there are barely any GMs supporting Wrath of the Lich King Classic, never mind Classic Era. So
yeah, so what you got here, this is just a Blizzard. This is a pretty normal thing you've got going on. So Blizzard, you got to understand, guys, like Blizzard, like they can't just go and like, you can't just hire people to figure this out, right? Because it's so hard to figure out who is cheating. Because like it could be, there's like so many variables, so many factors, the tools that are involved, the amount of resources that would require to be able to find where these people are. Who knows? It's impossible to tell.
Servers.
They can't look
So
up.
as you can see, the kingpins of RMT are definitely organized. You could argue they're even more organized than Blizzard themselves.
I could pretty much bet that. Yeah, you know what Blizzard should do? Blizzard should hire these RMT companies to actually just fix the game. And I bet the RMT companies would do it for free, because if you fix the game, more people would play it, and then more people would buy gold. I think this is a situation where everybody wins.
Blizzard have stated that this is an unwinnable war.
That's right. You see, you got to understand, guys, listen. There's no way you can never, bro. How could you ever figure out where they are? Where are they? Nobody knows. You can never figure this shit out.
War. Straight from a blue post.
Yeah.
Fair enough, that is true. As long as people can make money selling WoW gold, etc., it will be done.
No.
But that doesn't mean Blizzard have an excuse to barely make any effort into mitigating.
No, it's just like saying it'll be done. That's like saying that, well, we're not gonna. Guys, listen, hey yo, people are gonna steal shit no matter what. So from now on, if you steal shit, it's not against the law. Because, like, look, we're gonna make it against the law. There's no way the law is gonna get rid of everybody stealing. So, bro, fuck this shit. Like, just let people do what they're gonna do.
The issue.
It's an unwinnable
The more
war.
they make the effort to mitigate the issue, and the less profits that the RMT industry can make, the better the experience will be for the player.
No, there's definitely a threshold where they stop doing it. Like, there's 100% a threshold where they stop doing it. Is that threshold possible to reach? Maybe, probably not, but maybe. Is getting closer to that threshold better to reach? Yes.
Because obviously the consequences of all this going on is server economies inflating. Nobody wants to spend 10 gold on a potion of haste.
Yeah.
Or potion of speed, or whatever it's called. Like, those things are literally bleeding me dry in the game right now.
Yeah.
To believe that the WoW token is a tool to mitigate RMT is the same as believing that Scotty J is going to stop drinking gin. It isn't true within the objective.
Is this like the,
Same as believing that Scotty J is going to stop drinking gin.
I guess, like, this guy's probably really popular over in, like, Europe, right? It's another WoW content creator? Oh, really? I actually just thought he was, like, some kind of celebrity. Anytime I see a guy that's, like, drinking a lot with a hat like that, like, you can tell sometimes if they're American, but I usually just assume that, you know, it's, like, from Europe.
It isn't true within the objective reality of the universe. If you think nothing can be done,
damn, look at all those shields.
I'm talking to bot devs,
shields. Look at that.
Anti-cheat warden devs, PhD students studying AI, and I'm also talking to a former World of Warcraft GM who worked at Blizzard for 12 years.
Yeah.
All will be revealed in future episodes after I've researched and interviewed people extensively. There will also be a full interview version of this video releasing very soon, so be sure to subscribe, as I said before, so you don't miss future episodes. So far it's looking like this series will be a good, meaty 8 episodes, but it could be even more because, like I said, people are just messaging me with more and more information all of the time. But anyway, my name is Metagoblin, until my next video, ciao.
That was a good video. It was. I mean, again, I really think that, like, you've got to approach this shit with so many grains of salt. Like, you got to go into this. Like, I assume anything these sites say is not fucking true, right? However, I do think they're making money. I do think it's happening, and I don't think Blizzard gives a shit. And I would not even be surprised if Blizzard is letting it happen. Who gives a fuck? It doesn't matter. Yeah, I'm a sub to him now. He earned it. Yeah, Metagoblin's really been knocking it out of the park with these videos. These are really good, man. Give it a like. Give him a sub if you like it. WoW is fucked. However, I look at this, I can't get myself to feel bad for it and consider it a crime in whatever virtual sense. Bro, like, I'm not trying to put somebody in jail for this shit. Like, I'm just saying, like, they should ban the people that do it. Like, that's it. And also, it is bad because, like, bro, if you try to play a game and everybody else is botting and selling and buying gold, nothing that you do in the game matters because you're never going to outfarm a bot. You're never going to outfarm a fucking RMTer. It's the reason why pay-to-win games suck. So, like, if you don't mind playing a pay-to-win game where everybody can just have this advantage and, like, it doesn't matter, then yeah, sure, like, go ahead. But, like, let's not pretend that it matters at all. Yeah, I mean, that's at no point playing. Yeah, it does devalue accomplishments in the game when people can just buy them for USD. Lost Ark, yeah, look at what happened with Lost Ark. Like, and here's the problem, right, is that with Lost Ark, you couldn't make any money doing the game, playing the game. You couldn't make money playing the game because all the bots were farming it, and then they were inflating the gold. So the gold that you would, like, legitimately earn is now devalued on a massive level because of the bots, because of the gold sellers. So now whenever you want to buy honing stones or honing crystals or fucking spins at the roulette shop in this fucking game, guess what happens? It costs 3x more. Or the things that you get sell for 5x less. I was involved in a lot of RMT, sub 1K player Roblox game. People at the top are making 6 figures. Imagine the money in a game like WoW. Well, I actually was going to do this. Like, I was going to sell gold in Diablo 3. I saw how much money people were making. I said, yo, like, Austin, Alec, boys, like, we got to set this shit up. That's why my account, by the way, like, look at this shit real quick. Can I even go to my Twitch? Like, is it still even on? Like, this thing right here, Virtual Exchange. This was supposed to be a gold selling website, and we were going to let people trade crypto with this shit too. Like, I had this idea 10 years ago. Oh, we would have made so much fucking money, man. Why do you still have it? Well, I don't know. It's just like, it's just how it was. Yeah. Because I knew Blizzard wasn't going to give a fuck. I knew they weren't going to do anything about it. You'd also be a subject of a copy video? No, I'd probably be in jail. But, like, guaranteed. Because, like, we 100% would have done, like, anything that you could do that you're not supposed to do, we'd have done it. Like, absolutely. I mean, I bought gold and Wrath came out simply because everybody else either farmed gold in TBC or was buying gold. Yeah. It's like, if you buy gold, you're normal. If you farm gold, you're a fucking loser. Dude, imagine not just buying gold. It's not laziness, trust me. Some senior GMs are on Era payroll. I don't know about that. I think that's a big accusation. But I wouldn't be surprised if they were on somebody's payroll for sure. But, like, again, how do you blame the GMs at Blizzard? How do you blame them? Like, they're getting paid probably $6.50 an hour, and they're not being paid by dollars. They're probably being paid by, like, six and a half like hot dogs an hour. And then if you work overtime, you get ketchup on the hot dog. But the truth is, like, you don't make any fucking money working there. The job conditions suck. You got to work 18 hours a day. So if somebody's going to try you, slide you a little bit of money on the side to look past something, of course you're going to do it. Of course. Why wouldn't you? Yeah, it's probably getting paid in WoW tokens. Legit hard for me to understand how this is a legit business and Blizzard lets it happen. Well, Blizzard won a lawsuit against Honor Buddy. But I really think the truth is Blizzard doesn't even care. I bet Blizzard hasn't even tried to shut them down. They probably haven't even tried. This is me. It's a natural, unavoidable outcome with any game with an interplayer market, so I don't really care for it. Nah, I don't think it's a natural outcome. It's a natural outcome whenever the developer doesn't care. And that's it. And, like, this is the way I look at it. Like, because that's why I just think it's funny. Because, like, why the fuck should I care about the integrity of the game whenever the developer doesn't care about the integrity of the game? Why should I go and try to put this on my back, on my shoulders, and get mad about this whenever the developer doesn't even care? It's like, if they don't care, why should I care?